Hey, everybody, it's me, Sarah, again, your Christian forgiveness coach, and you are watching Forgive Everyone for Everything Every Day Right Away. And this episode is about control. And I think it's a place where, you know, with regards to control, and where its place lies in forgiveness or holding on to unforgiveness. Okay. So when we hold on to the unforgiveness, I want you to recognize we're actually handing control over to the person who we think hurt us, who bothered us, who offended us. We are giving them the control. We're giving them the power. We're giving up our control and handing it over to them. And this realization always stops me in my tracks. And I've learned to ask myself this question: is this the person I want in control of my emotional life? And the answer is always no. It's definitely not. So think about the person maybe you are struggling to forgive right now. Like maybe you're still blaming them. Maybe you're still pointing the finger at them for your emotional pain. Do you see how you are giving them the power and the control over to them when you do this? So let me remind all of us, and this is so important. Forgiving, taking back that control, taking back that power, owning our emotions does not excuse the person or their behavior. It does not make what they did okay. And it does not mean we have to be in relationship with them. Okay. That's always an important thing to remember. But what it does mean is this: they are not in control of our lives. They are not in control of our ability to forgive. They are not in control of our emotions. But we so often hand control over, don't we? I still do sometimes. I still blame my ex or my kids or that person who just cut me off on the freeway for how I feel sometimes. And I forget that they are my emotions. I sometimes forget that nothing another person does or says can make me feel anything until I decide to think about it in such a way that causes my emotions. Nobody can take an emotion and place it inside of us. Okay. So often we feel out of control. We lose control. We obey our emotions. We blame others. We become a victim, sometimes a villain. And sometimes I like to say I'm in control. I need to take my power back. And those can be strong affirmations sometimes in certain circumstances, but I'm often reminded of who I do actually want to relinquish control to. Because let's be honest, left to our own devices, like we don't always do such a great job of trying to control stuff, do we? I'm pretty bad at trying to control other people. I don't know about you. I'm also not so great at trying to control my own self sometimes because I tend to do it like from a justified, maybe self-righteous place that lacks love and compassion. But when I give that control, or when I give that control, or give up control rather, when I give up control of others and even of myself, and I honor the one who is in control, God, that is like, whew, that is like a weight lifted off my shoulders. So, what does it mean to give him control? And I don't think it means what we sometimes think it means. We can't really like give control to God when he already has it, right? I think it's more about humility. I think it's more about remembering, recognizing, and honoring that he is in control. That when he's in control and we honor that, things just go better for us. We feel better, we do better. I know when I'm trying to hold tight to those reins and gain control, it feels difficult. It feels heavy. It's a struggle. And I'm having to rely on strength that I don't even have on my own. And I will break and I will fall under the weight of that every time. So we are always blessed and relieved when we surrender to God. Focus right now on a specific area where you like are feeling a heavy weight. Maybe an area you're trying so hard to control, to fix, to change, and you're feeling heavier and heavier with every thought about it. And it's just like spinning around and around and around with no end in sight. And you may even be crying out to God, but you haven't given up control. You haven't surrendered it to Him. Why do you think we need to be in control? Why do you think we need to hold on to it? What would it look like if you took that thing? Maybe it's a relationship, a job, an illness, whatever it is that you're struggling with. What would it look like to let go of trying to control the person or the situation and you just gave it back to God? When we try to control, we're trying to get something from someone or something, aren't we? So instead of trying to get something from the world, how about this? Giving God control doesn't mean we sit on the couch and do nothing. Giving up control isn't just sitting back and waiting for something to happen. Giving up control is trusting in God's plan, and it's humbling ourselves so that we can go out into the world and serve, to bring heaven to earth. And I'm going to stop there and talk more about that next time. All right. See you then.